Hello and welcome to the very first Progress Wrestling Hype Show of 2023. And what a fantastic hype show this is going to be, looking at start spreading the news. Whenever I hear that, I just want to break into song. But I'm joined as always by my good friend, my co-host, Mr. Mad Dog, Mike Angus. How are you doing, my friend? Did you have a good Christmas and a Happy New Year to you?
I certainly did, my mate. Yeah, we were very busy. Obviously, great Christmas with the family and everything. And then we had unboxing just before New Year's. So what an amazing time we had at the Electric Ballroom in Camden town with all the Progress faithful there. And it was a show packed full of surprises, as we thought it might be. There's all sorts of stuff going on, John. As I know you were in attendance. What an amazing show to wrap up 2022. And a big Happy New Year from the Mad Dog and everyone here at Progress HQ, to all our fans and everyone watching today.
Absolutely. And we are here to discuss, to break down the card that is now set for Start Spreading the News. And it's going to be on Sunday, the 22nd of January, 3 p.m. It's new kickoff time, of course. Of course, if you haven't already got your tickets, it's not too late. There are still tickets available. All you got to do is follow the instructions down at the bottom of the screen and go to progresswrestling.com/tickets. It will transport you to the Dice FM app. And then just a few clicks away from getting your ticket or tickets to start spreading the news. Sunday, the 22nd of January. And we'll break down the matches very, very soon. And of course, this is what we're going to be talking about. Start spreading the news. I can't sing. This isn't Lana Oki. It's not even John Azoki. But there we go. There's all the details. progresswrestling.com/tickets. For the first chapter show of 2023, chapter 148. But Mike, as you said, we capped off a marvelous 2022 for Progress Wrestling, December the 30th in the Electric Ballroom, the spiritual home of Progress Wrestling. You was there, I was there, a fantastic array of matches. It was a packed house as well. So many surprises that came through that curtain that Friday afternoon in the ballroom. We're going to go through some highlights now because it's not dropped yet on demand or on the network, and it will do very, very soon. But just to kind of whet the appetite. It was a fantastic show. And it, of course, I mean, how could we forget our host, Simon Miller?
Simon the Elf.
Simon the... That's right. And of course, the first match... of the show was CPF, seeing the returning Joe Lando, of course, with Callum Newman, Danny Black, Maverick Mayhew, and of course, up against Luke Jacobs, Driller, Dan Maloney, a man like Del Boy. Like I say, of course, we know that Mallet DeReese was behind that costume, if you haven't figured it out. Their final tag team partner was, of course, Mad Kurt, making his Progress Wrestling debut. And it was a fantastic show. So many highlights, so many, high spots as well, as you would expect from these guys. But that was a hell of a way to kick off unboxing, and some surprises in that first match alone, Mike.
Yeah, it was amazing. And I was, when man like Del Boy hit in the Electric Ballroom, I could hear, there was laughter, there was cheers. It was one of my favorite moments of the year, to be fair. And of course, the surprise of Mad Kurt making his Progress debut. I've obviously seen Mad Kurt wrestle all around the UK, and what great banter he brings. And I just thought it was great to see like some different tag teams and different people teaming. He wouldn't normally get to team together. Luke Jacobs coming out and doing the Driller pose on the stage, seeing stuff like that's just awesome. You might not get that at a normal show, but an unboxing, you never know what's going to happen. And obviously there were some really special moments. I love the fact that Mad Kurt was getting himself into trouble constantly throughout the match. He managed to send a fan into the ring dressed as him at some point. He did get Sweet Chin music by all four of CPF at the same time. And, it was just chaos. And it was, that's how I like to start a show. Always nice and exciting. And there was some high-flying action. There was some stuff you don't always see out of the guys. And, it was absolutely brilliant. What a way to start the show. And the fact that man like Del Boy can still smoke his cigar while he's punching out Joe Lando's lights is...
That's a great picture. Look at that.
Pretty special,
Absolutely. We've actually got one or two highlights from that match, Mike. We do like highlights on the Progress Hype Show. And let's have a quick look now, because you won't be disappointed. And this is, as I said, to whet your appetites and give you a bit of a flavour as to what happened in that extraordinary unboxing match.
Uh-oh.
Where's Matt
This
going?
is an ominous sound now. Don't encourage him.
He's not looking for Amanda hugging kiss, but he goes high. Oh, takes down Del Boy and Luke. And Danny Black goes up. Oh, got caught.
What the?
Got caught.
What
Got caught. What is this? Goes out. Hurricane Rana from the heavens.
He's amazing. Here comes Callum.
Danny goes up.
No.
Where's Danny Black going? Walks the
my
tightrope. All the way to the middle.
No!
Huge moonsault.
Gosh!
Callum was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good.
Jeez.
I get the feeling
He was there for support.
Callum's going to want to top this, so I get the feeling.
Oh, no. Think of the children.
Off the ropes. Oh, diving corkscrew from Callum Newman.
There we go. Some amazing athletic action there from CPF in that opening match of unboxing. And I'd say that'll be dropping very soon on demand and, of course, on the WWE Network. But I do have another clip from that match as well. And like I say, this is from man like Del Boy in the future or in the past. And of course, we know that Doritz loves to sell merch. We all know that. He's been known to sell a T-shirt or two, hasn't he, Mad Dog? And just look at this bit of fun that happened during that match.
Up to right now, goes up high. Oh, gosh. Flies in, takes out all of CPF. And like Luke Jacobs and Mad Kurt just chilling by the ring post. They're
God bless. They're just trying to...
What?
Right. It's an automated video message on the screen with everyone in the match down. What it is, I'll be fast. My right merchandise is available at the merchandise store, in the interval, and at the merchandise. Make sure you get it all. Got the new Back and Forth t-shirt, so make sure you go get that. And also, remember, when I say 01, you say 21. 01! 21! 01! 21! I hope you want to say 21 because like, this is going to be so embarrassing. So, I think everyone's getting back up now, so.
Wow. What?
I don't know about you, Mike, but I think man like Del Boy, man like Del Boy needs to be a regular character on Progress shows. And I think just every so often to mix things up, man like Del Boy has to come out. It's got to be a regular character.
Well, exactly. I'm just wondering who's going to be Rodney and Uncle Albert, to be honest. But we'll soon find out. Well, here he is now.
If I get a beard, do you reckon I could be Uncle Albert, maybe?
Wow, there you go. That was a cameo there from Lee. Hi, Lee. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Progress Lee McAteer there. Big shout out, Lee.
it could be like the three faces of Foley, but the two faces of Doritz. And, you know, there we go. Let's talk about match number 2. And, of course, it was Maggot and Charles Crowley. Now, these two have faced before in a Progress ring. And like I say, they faced again in a rematch of epic proportions with Crowley and his new godlike persona. And this match did not disappoint, as you would expect from two of the biggest characters and two of the best wrestlers on the scene at the moment. But an absolutely fantastic match there. We do have a little bit of a clip from that match to play in a moment. But Mike, I'd love your thoughts on that one, because once again, Maggot has become a Progress fan favourite in 2022, and I'm sure he will continue to be a crowd favourite going into 2023. Crowley has been on this journey. We saw what happened between him and Elijah a couple of months back. And like I say, it circled back to Maggot, and the two of them did not disappoint.
Hey, mate, they're amazing, as always. And you know what? Crowley has metamorphosized into this god character now. And it's, it can only spell trouble for everyone in the Progress locker room in 2023. Maggot, of course, from WXW Germany. What a brilliant wrestler. He's been embraced by the Electric Ballroom fans. And as soon as that music hits and he heads down the ramp, everybody is involved. And Maggot's such a great wrestler, somebody, who we're going to have to watch out for as well in 2023. But Crowley, first time I think I've seen him bring his monkey to the ring with him. He had Sebastian with him at this show. And he did pick up the victory in this one, Jonas. And I tell you what, I did message Crowley earlier because I had to ask him, what do you call that finisher? And he messaged me back and told me that it's called the F69. So bear that in mind when you get to watch this match back, because, it's one you've got to check out. And amazing new biblical music from Charles Crowley and a new outfit and everything. He was ready for unboxing. And I can only, after that promo he cut after the match, I can only be concerned about what's to come in 2023 from the spectacular one.
Absolutely. And the reaction after the match from the Progress fans inside the ballroom has to be seen to be believed. And I know that we hype up these matches a lot and all the hyperbole, but you really got to watch it on demand and the WWE Network to see with your own eyes what we're referring to. The reaction after that match was absolutely fantastic. But I did promise a little clip from that match. And here we go.
You should hug it out.
Oh, we've been here before. Is it time to dance that dance again? Cody says no. Pulls him in up on the shoulders. Goes up. Oh, look at this. Gorilla press over his head. The strength of Charles Crowley right now. Oh, and just dumps him down. Oh, wait, I think we know where Crowley's going. This is a big ring, Charles.
What word would you use to describe your God?
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Weird minds think alike?
It's Oliver Crowley. I have the high ground.
Oh!
Some wonderful Star Wars references throughout that match, just to add to the entertainment. But a lot of fun there. You've got to catch up when it drops on demand or on the WWE Network.
Jonas, let me tell you something. I've got an interesting story for you. If you want to talk about Star Wars just briefly. We were doing the show in Newcastle at the Boiler Shop as part of the Deadly Viper tour. And before the show, I always include in the music list that we play before the show, I always throw in the Seagulls song, the one where Yoda's singing. I always put that in before the show because it's one of SoCal Val's favorite songs. And I glanced around and I saw backstage SoCal Val dancing to it, but Maggot was with her dancing backstage in Newcastle, dancing to Seagulls.
There's got to be some video footage of that, surely, but that sounds like a lot of fun.
Very special moment for me, that.
Fantastic. And then the next unboxing match was meant to be Lizzie Evo versus Alexis Falcon. But we had an appearance from the lovely Nina Samuels doing her usual shenanigans, as we would expect from a character such as Nina. And the match very quickly got turned into a three-way, didn't it, Mike, with Alexis Falcon, Lizzie Evo, Nina Samuels. And this was a great match between three premier performers, premier female talent on the UK, European and worldwide scene, let's be honest. And this match did not disappoint. A fantastic match, as you would expect with these three individuals, Mike.
Yeah, and interestingly, Alexis Falcon seemingly locked in her changing room before the match, probably by Nina Samuels, who interrupted their entrance, came out and decided she was going to fight instead of Alexis. But then, thankfully, just before the match begins, Alexis manages to escape from the changing room and makes it down to that match. And the animosity between Nina Samuels and Alexis Falcon was boiling over, and it was enough to give Lizzie Evo the distractions she needed in that one. But what a match. And, all three amazing wrestlers, and they put it all on the line here in this one. Great match. Another one that you've definitely got to go back and watch. And very proud of Lizzie, obviously, from my neck of the woods. And new gear for this one, and a brilliant showing. And the problems did continue after the match between Nina Samuels and Alexis Falcon as well, because that wasn't where it ended. There was a bit of chatter after the match, and then more problems, which Nina Samuels brutally attacked Alexis Falcon after the match, Jonas. So that's definitely something you should go back and check out, because Alexis obviously out of action at the moment due to that attack. So. Absolutely.
We do have a little clip from that match just to whet the appetite before it drops on demand and on the network. Here we go.
Her hair, she just gets bitchy, for lack of a better term.
Blocks it, Alexis, that look in her eye, big forearm. Oh, here we go, looking for Falcon Fury, reverse count. Oh, flatliner.
Sent her right to Lizzie. Oh!
Takes it
not the moneymaker. Wait a minute. What the heck is Lizzie going for here?
One leg from Alexis. Oh, double single leg Boston Crabs in stereo.
Talk about getting a leg up on the competition, Ollie.
There you go, she got two. And now, look at this. Alexis and Nina stopping each other from tapping. She's crawling towards the ropes. Rope break.
Lizzie's got to let go. She's got him locked in. Oh, what the heck are they doing?
They're in.
Oof. I'll tell you what, they're doing everything they can to get Lizzie's grips off of them.
Another great triple threat match there to look out for when it drops on demand. And then match number 4, Mike, just before the interval, was very interesting. Of course, we saw Tate Mayfair's Tateness' greatness, of course, come through the curtain. And of course, he was expecting an opponent in true unboxing style. Nobody knows who you're going to face until that music plays. But of course, Tate's had the war of words with ringing out as a host of the show, Simon Miller, of course. And Tate is always furious at Simon for not doing his entrance correctly, not saying the correct words as Tate would like him to. Always refused to do the entrance for Tate. And this has always got the goat of Tate. And they've had kind of, a bit of back and forth over the last few shows. Well, Tate's opponent actually turned out to be Mr. Simon Miller. The angry elf there, and he tore off his costume, and we had match number 4, and probably to the surprise and dismay of Tate Mayfair's, I think that he had it coming with the war of words that have been happening between the two, and Tate even got on the microphone next to SoCal Val there to basically explain his dismay and his annoyance at what had just happened. And we even saw Simon Miller take to the skies as he flew down from the top rope there onto Tate and the crew underneath. But an extraordinary moment at unboxing, completely unexpected, took the fans and certainly took Tate Mayfair's by surprise. But a hell of a moment that we'll be talking about for years.
Yeah, I loved how it ended up coming about, with Tate watching the video up on the screen, and meanwhile in the background, the elf was disrobing, getting ready to beat the living hell out of Tate Mayfair's. And, Simon Miller, he's the perfect host for Progress Wrestling. Yeah. And, he is a great wrestler as well. I've seen him wrestle all around the country. And I've ring announced for him before in the past. So also, I've obviously ring announced for Tate a lot of times. But luckily, he's never had to have any sort of altercation with the Mad Dog yet. So... But yeah, great match, and Simon really impressive in that one, and Tate Mayfair's up to all his normal tricks, causing trouble as usual, even on the comms desk this time, deciding he's going to do a bit of commentary, almost like the Rock back in the day. And interestingly, if you check out on Twitter, there is a caption contest open on that picture at the moment. I suggested that perhaps Tom Scarborough had hypnotized Tate and then said the word Miller and set him off in his trance-like state. But, feel free to dive on the Progress Twitter and add your own caption to that photo. Let us know what you think is happening in that one.
Yeah, Ollie Spring certainly keeping a safe distance there for
He
sure.
was.
But
at the end of the Tate Mayfair's match, Warren Banks did make his return to Progress Wrestling and put Tate Mayfair's in his place there, which was good to see. It's great to have Warren Banks back at Progress. What a brilliant wrestler. He's been injured for a little while, and it looks like he's got a big year coming up in 2023.
A great match. Another fantastic highlight from unboxing. I certainly remember that one for the way that Simon kind of unveiled himself as the opponent. It had to happen. Unboxing was the perfect place and time for it to happen. And of course, we came into part two. We had the interview, came into part two. Simon Miller, obviously, taking a bit of a moment to recover from that match, as you would expect. And we had that damn dirty dog, G Money, come out for part two, or certainly the very next match. There we go. We had superstar Lana Austin, and we had a bit of Lana Oki to kick things off, Mike. That was always fun, and a fan pulled from the front row to take part in that special edition of Lana Oki. I don't think Lana was too impressed with the fans' offering there, but maybe not quite taste. But Lana certainly enjoyed it. But let's say Lana Oki, always a highlight of any show, and of course. Lana was not alone. Millie McKenzie came down, Rio came down, and then, of course, Lana Austin experienced member Sky Smithson was announced as the fourth member, much to the annoyance.
I think that was Gene just trying to stir up the pot. I'll be honest with you.
It certainly worked. It certainly worked, and it certainly annoyed Lana. And like I say, so many highlights, so much great action. And of course, with Lana's Progress Women's Championship on the line. And like I say, a fantastic match that you can watch back on demand and the WWE Network. And like I say, all four of the competitors in that match gave a fantastic performance. Another real highlight from unboxing from 30th of December last year. Mike, give us your thoughts on that one. It was a cracking match, and like I say, started off with a bit of Lana Oki and finished off with, like I say, maybe a little bit of dissension within the experience.
There certainly was. And, interestingly, they started it off with a bit of a party, didn't they? Setting off confetti cannons in the ring. And I could see that Millie McKenzie was particularly enjoying that when she got down to the ring. She was having her own little confetti party at the start of the match. Anytime you've got Lana Austin, Millie McKenzie, Rio, and Sky Smithson in the ring, you're going to have a great match. And this was exactly that. Definitely want to go and check out. And obviously, there was some animosity towards the end of that one between some of the between the ranks of the Lana Austin experience.
Yes. You got to kind of stay tuned or buy a ticket to see what happens next. Just go to progresswrestling.com/tickets to be part of the action and start spreading the news. We'll be talking about start spreading the news very, very soon. And then that led us on to the Progress World Championship match. Spike Trivet, the Sovereign Lord, the Vulture of Progress, the Vulture of British Wrestling, and his opponent. I think we've talked a lot about loose ends that Spike hadn't quite tied up, or that hadn't quite been tied up during Spike's reign. And probably the biggest loose end was this man here, the Beast of Belfast, Big Damo. And what a surprise it was for the Sovereign Lord. And of course, before the match even started, we had a bit of a stare down between two big boys there, Big Damo and, of course, Bullet, the henchman, the bodyguard for the Sovereign Lord, of course. But the match itself between Spike and Big Damo was an awesome affair, a fantastic encounter. And Spike, to his credit, he found, some a way around Big Damo by hook or by crook. He did use some tactics that he did use some tactics that worked to his favour to a certain degree. But a very exciting match for those in attendance at the Ballroom, Mike. But Spike Trivet versus Big Damo, another highlight from the show, and Big Damo looking to recapture his Progress World Championship.
Yeah, and what a title run Spike has had, though. He's been meticulous, as you said, so far. And Big Damo, the Atlas champion, coming out to face the Progress champion. It could have been a double champ, but it was not to be. It was not to be on this evening. But Big Damo, he's an absolute monster, the beast at Belfast. And, he ended up with an altercation with Bullet. Poor Tom Scarborough was getting flung about the place, the referee. There was all sorts going on here. And Bullet is a very dangerous man. Spike's Dark Guardian, he's got there with him. Another tough guy. You can see they're both two massive fellas, those two. And, I would love to see a match between Damo and Bullet in the future at some point. I don't know if it's on the cards, but, that would be, for me, really interesting to see how that one went. And we'd probably have to reinforce the ring for that one. But, of course, Spike Trevay up to his normal shenanigans. And, Bullet, he was there the whole match, causing trouble. Poor Tom Scarbs took a beating. It was an interesting night at unboxing. And Big Damo, where he lives to fight another day, though.
Absolutely. And that led us nicely to the main event. And it was for the Progress Tag Team Championships. And of course, you got the Sunshine Machine going up against, there we go, Eddie Dennis and Mark Andrews, FSU, former Progress Tag Team Champions. And that's neither the former Progress Tag Team belt, trophy, shield. But there we go. As the ring introductions were made, we knew that it was going to be a fantastic encounter. And Mike, 2022, I think what really stands out for me as being a collective highlight is the tag team wrestling that took place inside the Progress ring in 2022. Thinking back to Super Strong Style in that triple threat ladder match, or the fantastic series that we had between Smoking Aces, the 0121, and of course Sunshine Machine, and the battles that they have had in the Progress ring through 2022. Of course, FSU coming back into the mix, and what a perfect way to cap off 2022, to have probably one of the most exciting tag teams in UK wrestling, Sunshine Machine, the Progress Tag Team Champions, taking on, let's say, the returning FSU. And what an amazing encounter it was. And the match built and built and built to an amazing crescendo. And once again, I think that match capped off a fantastic year for Progress, capped off a fantastic year for tag team wrestling, and capped off a fantastic tag team title match.
Yeah, honestly, mate, amazing match. It was another one of the highlights of the year for me, that one. And FSU, as soon as they enter the arena, it was the excitement had built up because Sunshine Machine came out first, and everyone loves Sunshine Machine and the music hits and everything. The tag champs are in the ring, and when Party Hard hit right there in the Electric Ballroom, the whole place went wild because they knew what was coming up. And, Eddie Dennis was showing great strength there. And look at Teeks, he's not happy about that at all. He knows he's going for a ride there. Chuck Mambo's probably going to get lobbed as well. But, Mandrews and Eddie Dennis, two absolutely brilliant wrestlers, obviously been on NXT UK for the last couple of years. And, even before that, we'd seen Mandrews all over the place over in Impact Wrestling in the States. I remember watching him win the British Boot Camp back in the day. And, both brilliant travelled wrestlers, and obviously Sunshine Machine, what a tag team they are. And obviously, if they picked up the win in this one, they'd be the longest reigning Progress Tag Team Champions in history as well. So that was an interesting one. You've got to watch it to see what transpired there. But obviously, the belts were ringside, the shields were ringside. It was all going off. And, that's one that I can save for you to make sure you check that out and see what happens there on that one.
Absolutely.
John, as I know you'd asked me before the show, actually, what my favourite moment on unboxing was as well. I forgot to tell you earlier, but I was going to say one of my absolutely favourite moments that we've not been able to reveal prior to this, is Man Like Del Boy's entrance. But one of my social media team may have been able to, the social media guru themselves may have been able to sort that out with you. So if you get a chance to show that to your fans, that would be a pretty special thing to see.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, before we go any further, let's have a quick look at your favourite moment from unboxing right now.
That was exciting, though.
Yeah, right. I'm very aroused.
What is this? It's catchy.
I'm almost certain this is going to get cut for copyright, but
Even I know this familiar
St.
tune.
Magna Feet, Rookie Street, right? Rookie Street. So who? Any ideas?
Who could this be? What the?
It's Landline Del Reese!
No way! What the? I was expecting Raquel. Raquel?
Where's he going?
Raquel.
Of course, the Lyrical Dragon Tour is always on the road.
This makes sense.
I love the fact he hasn't taken the tag off the back of his hat. That's amazing. Landline Del Boy.
I think I found a new favorite character here in progress. He's a character, all right. Oh, careful. That's grade A merchandise. They'll give you a great deal, though.
That is a cushy t-shirt, though. So that's it. So it's got to be
Monge 2.
4 on 4. Monge 2,
Monge
Rodney.
2.
Monge 2. I thought his name was Dave.
I'm so here for it. Dave.
I thought his name was Dave.
Molly. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Is it?
No way.
That's in progress! Oh my goodness!
Little four-way dance we're about to see,
Hell
Ollie?
yeah,
Oh my God.
4 on 4.
4 on 4. He looks so cozy.
He does. Like a pig in a blanket.
Oh, look at this.
It matches!
Oh, he's got fans worldwide.
Planted that.
Even Joe Lando loves this tune.
How could you not?
How could you not? He's got them fancy feet. Simon Miller looks bewildered. And it's match one, ladies and gentlemen.
Just look at this scene right here. We've got CPF, we've got Simon Miller as a elf, Manline Del Boy, Matt Kurt is back in a progress ring.
You know what ELF stands for, right? MC, I'd like to...
Elf?
Yeah.
MC,
you'd like to...
DDI is silent.
Yeah.
I'd like to fight.
Yes.
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 But a fantastic show, a great way to cap off what was a wonderful year for Progress Wrestling, a year to be proud of. But we're looking ahead, we're looking forward. 2023 is upon us. And this is what we're all here for. Start Spreading the News, Chapter 148, the 22nd of January, 3 p.m. from the Electric Ballroom. I'll be there, Mike's going to be there, and so is SoCal Val. Usually behind the commentary desk, sitting next to Ollie Spring, she's going to be hosting the show. So a great addition inside the ring with the microphone as our ring announcer, as our host for Start Spreading the News, and a very fitting host as well.
That's it, mate. SoCal Val, unfortunately, Simon not able to make this show, and SoCal Val, the perfect replacement to step in and do the show. What a professional SoCal Val is. And I was actually going to mention about Val early because there was one thing we did, miss there, which was the fact that after the old title match, Gene Money's holding his title and the Progress World Championship in the ring. And SoCal Val says on commentary, "Oh, that's the money shot right there."
Absolutely fantastic.
Which I thought was an absolutely brilliant piece of commentary. So, Val and Ollie and also Hustle earlier in the year last year did an amazing job on commentary for Progress. So, big thanks as always to those guys. And, I'm looking forward to seeing Val hosting in the Electric Ballroom. I'm sure the Progress faithful will give her a massive ovation and, she'll do an amazing job as she always does. And, looking forward to it. Start spreading the news. It's on now. There's, 22nd of January, not long to go at all. And there's some big announcements coming from Progress Wrestling at that show. And what a card that it is lined up. Make sure you get your tickets now while you can, because it's going to be a very, very special day in the Ballroom on Sunday, January 22nd. And Jonas, we've got so many matches lined up for this one.
Let's
it's going to be
shall we?
Wild.
Let's have a look. So the first match we're going to talk about is the youngest in charge, the 0.0000001%, Leon Slater, going up against Tate Mayfairs. Now, I'm not going to do the full introduction because I'll probably mess it up. So apologies, Tate. But you've got the finalist there of the Natural Progression Series 8. He wasn't Natural Progression Series Tate, unfortunately, but he was one of the finalists against a real standout performer, Leon Slater, who had a legitimate breakout year in 2022. He was a relative unknown at the beginning of the year, but featured so well and was in so many amazing matches. Come the end of the year, he's a contender. He's one to watch for the future. He's not just a breakout star. He is the star. And those two are going to have an amazing match to kick things off January the 22nd.
That's it. He's what a year he's had, skyrocketed, and not just him, but Tate Mayfairs as well. That guy's come from somebody who was on quite a few shows around the country and on NXT UK, but then this year he is just both of these guys have been amazing, and they did face each other previously in the NPSA tournaments, where I think Mayfairs might have got away with a bit of chicanery and picked up a victory there. So I think Leon Slater might have a bit of revenge on his mind there for that one, and that could go either way, but as well, it could steal the show, that match. Both those guys have got it in their lockers to really take over. So really looking forward to that one. That's going to be an amazing match. And, Leon's doing brilliantly all over the world, John, as you've said, fighting for PCW over in the States. And I believe this coming week as well, he's got a TNT Extreme Wrestling title shot. So it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on there as well. I'll always keep my eye on Leon Slater and always keep an eye out for Tate Mayfairs, because that man is trouble. Absolutely.
Now, I like kind of two guys that hit hard and know how to hit hard and don't mind getting hit hard back.
What would Simon say? Big men slapping
man meat. Absolutely. And you got these two guys that will be slapping man meat, slapping each other's, I'm not even going to say it, but Ricky Knight Jr. against Axel Tisha.
Not that sort of show, Jonas.
It certainly is not. But these two, and obviously Ricky Knight Jr. won the NPS 8 in 2022. So he's on a high. He's riding a wave of momentum at the moment, Mike. Going up against Axel, who had a tremendous 2022. We saw him a number of times inside a Progress ring in 2022. And these two know how to fight. Yes, they know how to get technical as well. And they've got a wide, broad range of arsenal at their disposal. But I think this one, when it comes down to it, this one's going to be a scrap. And these two are going to put on a fantastic show.
Both of these guys can fight. And, the thing about RKJ is he's such a talented individual, and Axel Tisha has performed at the absolute highest level that you can. And I'm just cannot wait for this one, because anything could happen in this. And both guys are so tough. Both can be great technical wrestlers. And looking back at some of Axel's other matches he's had, the match against Luke Jacobs that he had was just astronomically good.
Banger.
And RKJ, just never disappoints. Just when you think these guys can't take it to another level, they do something that just absolutely blows your mind. So this one for me is, this is going to be one of the highlights as well.
It's just a show stealer.
It could be. We could say that about every match on this card, Jonathan. We will have to stop saying that, but it really could be.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Absolutely, especially with the year that RKJ had, putting him in the ring there with a ring veteran such as Axel. That's going to be tasty. That really is. How about this one here? We've just spoke about Big Damo in the Progress World Championship match against Spike from Unboxing. He's going to be teaming with the returning Warren Banks against. Is it a man like Del Boy or is it a man like DeReese? But DeReese and Dan Maloney, the 0121, will be reforming, say, previous Progress World Tag Team Champions against Big Damo and the returning Warren Banks. Wow, that's going to be fantastic. But say 4 very high caliber performers there in the ring. That's going to be a tremendous match. And of course, Big Damo, the current Atlas champion, of course, but as a tag team encounter, everybody knows I'm a huge tag team wrestling fan. That one's going to be pretty damn tasty.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be seeing a man like Del Boy at this one. I think DeReese and the super fight soldier Dan Maloney are going to absolutely have their heads screwed on for this one, because if they don't, they'll be losing their heads. Because I tell you what, Big Damo and Warren Banks, what a tag team that is. Warren coming back from an injury. You know what? I think he couldn't have picked a better tag partner to work alongside him here. And that match is just going to be, it is going to be a super fight, because DeReese and Dan Maloney, the 0121, the driller brings it every time. DeReese, you know, he's got to have his head in the game for this one, because it's going to be another fight. And you know, Warren Banks, just hoping that he's back from that injury fully. He's rehabbed it right. You know, he looked in great shape when he came back in December, and he's got Big Damo in his corner, the Beast of Belfast, who's going to, you know, the heads are going to roll. I tell you, it's going to be an amazing tag match that. And I couldn't pick a winner in that one, to be honest. Could go either way as well.
It's going to be a tough one. And with the Progress tag team ranks looking so stacked as it always has been, I was waxing lyrical about the tag team matches that we saw in the Progress ring in 2022. The winner of that match could very well be lining themselves up for a future championship match. Who knows?
Well,
but
John,
speaking of that,
Damo has said as well, he is definitely looking to try and add the tag team belts into his collection. So that'll be very interesting to see.
Well, let's talk about the Progress Tag Team Championship match that's going to be taking place at Chapter 148. Start spreading the news. The champion, the longest reigning Progress Tag Team Champions of all time, Sunshine Machine, will be going up against Lycos Jim. Now, Lycos Jim, Kid Lycos, Full Metal Lycos in particular, had an amazing 2022. Collectively, as a tandem, as a faction, Lycos Jim had an amazing year and have been a real thorn in Sunshine Machine's side for many months now, getting inside their head. And of course, we had that match between Full Metal Lycos and Chuck Mambo, where Chuck Mambo had his head shaved and he went full Johners and he had no hair by the end of it.
Well, I never.
Well, I never. But like I say, that is going to be another tremendous tag team match. And like I say, the wave of momentum from the tag team ranks is sure to continue in that championship match on the 22nd of January.
Yeah, well, Sunshine Machine have had some matches for them tag team championships. I tell you now, they've battled their way through, and this one isn't just the fight, the wolves in the fight. This is there's mind games being played by Lycos as well. I've heard rumours that they're looking, they're wanting to shake hands or something before this one, is it? And make up or something. So I don't know what they're up to there, but we'll have to see when we get to the ballroom on the 22nd. But I know ever since Lycos, Full Metal Lycos had that match against Chris Brooks, I've certainly found a new level of respect for him, because that match was absolutely mind-blowing at Return of the Fly at the Dome in Tufnell Park. If you've not watched that one, that's one to go back and watch right now, because that matchup was definitely one of my matches of the year. And I tell you what as well, Kid Lycos too, he's not just going to stand about and watch someone have match of the year. He's going to be stepping up this year. And I tell you what, he's a brilliant wrestler. I've seen that guy wrestle since he was about 15 years old, and always puts on a performance. Both tough little shitty wolves, and we'll have to see if Sunshine Machine can hold on to those tag belts in what could be their toughest defense yet.
Well, you say that, and I totally agree. And I think that Lycos Jim, they have got inside the head of Sunshine Machine over recent chapters. And like you say, performance-wise in the ring, they are up there. They are high caliber. And I think all of that combined will lead to a very tough championship defense by Sunshine Machine. But if anybody can do it, Chuck Mambo and TK can. We shall have to see. And you have to be there. Go to progresswrestling.com/tickets. Get your tickets today. And you will not miss out on what is already shaping up to be a very stacked and exciting card, including that tag team championship match. Let's talk about this one, Mike. Lana Austin defending a Progress Women's World Championship against Session Moth Martina. And we all know what Martina can offer. We all know what Martina is all about. That is going to be, we talk about tough title defenses. That's going to be a tough title defense for Lana Austin, superstar Lana Austin. But the big kind of question mark above all of this, the big anomaly is, will the Lana Austin experience be there? And what sort of chicanery or shenanigans will there be?
No, exactly. And, you know, there was that bit of dissension at the end of the last match that they were involved in. And I think Lana Austin could definitely do with the Lana Austin experience ringside for this one, to be honest. But we'll have to see whether they are. Session Moth and Lana, I believe, had a bit of a falling out in Dubai that I unfortunately wasn't present for. But there was certainly some sort of falling out or argument. I believe it was on a boat or something, where Lana was trying to do karaoke and Session was having none of it. So it does seem to be some like personal beef between these guys. So so I'm looking forward to seeing what goes off on the 22nd, because this could be it could be wild. And Session Moth, as far as I know, I've not seen her hold that many women's championships, and I think she's it's about time she did. So I think we'll have to see. Yeah.
Very interesting. But definitely well worth watching.
Anyway, he's already told me that he's getting the Guinnesses in ready for a celebration that night, so we'll have to see.
There we go. And I'm sure Session Moth will want to be part of that celebration with her own championship come the end of the night. Let's talk about this one here. We mentioned earlier, G Money holding up both his championship and the Progress World Championship at Unboxing, and he indeed is the number one contender. He'll be taking on Spike Trivet, the Sovereign Lord, the Vulture of Progress, for the Progress World Championship at Start Spreading the News, January the 22nd from the Ballroom. And Mike, like I say, G Money, he's had his bites at the cherry. He's had his opportunities before, and it's just fallen short of the mark. Probably the most unluckiest man in Progress Ring in 2022. He's looking to turn that around in 2023. And I think if anybody deserves to turn it around and possibly walk away with the gold, it has to be G Money. But I'd love to know your thoughts. Yeah,
interesting one for me, this, because Spike Trivet, everything he's done has been so well thought out. From how he won the championship off Big Damo when he hit Driller with the glass bottle, how he got rid of Cara Noir from Progress Wrestling. Everything he's done has been well thought out and meticulous. And I think this is a bit slapdash by Spike to give Gene an opportunity, because Gene Money on his day can be the top dog. He has, there's been times when he's been so close. At Super Strong Style on the final day, he'd picked up a knock and it made him not be able to make it to the finals there. He was on course for that championship back then. And, he's had a little bit of time away to regroup and rethink his strategy. And then for Spike to grant him a title shot, I think that is a huge mistake, because on his day, Gene Money can be the Progress World Champion. And, if I was Spike, I would have dodged that bullet as, the best I could. So, I think the title will be in jeopardy. And I think Gene Money's even put on Twitter this week, at the end of January 22nd, you could see him as the Progress World Champion.
There is Gene with his championship, and of course with the Progress World Championship, that's could be the money shot, mate. That could be the picture. That could be the money shot, as SoCal Val quite rightly noted on commentary. That could be the money shot that we will see come the end of the show on January the 22nd, and that's going to be a very, very exciting match.
Yeah, Gene Money potentially a double champ there.
Speaking of Gene Money and Spike Trivet, we know that Gene had some words for Spike, and this dropped on our socials and on YouTube just a couple of days ago. Let's hear what Gene had to say.
Are we recording?
We are.
That's lovely. Oh, hey, it's me. It's Gene Money. You know, the most prestigious champion in British wrestling today, and that's nice, isn't it? And what's also nice is you, Spike Trevay. Because, like, you said something before, and you said that Gene Money don't deserve to be in a main event position. And you know what, Spike, you're right. Because I know that. And do you know what else knows that? Progress know that. Because I've lost my last 3 matches here at Progress, and then I didn't get booked for 3 months and I got knocked to a mountain duty. Now I'm not complaining about that. I know the things of the business, but God, it was what you said in the ring tonight, wasn't it? That you've been on every show, you have been consistent. And I would like some of that consistency. I would like what is around your waist. And, like, it's almost like somebody wanted you to give me a world championship opportunity, isn't it? It's like somebody can poke an insecure bloke enough in the right places to get exactly what he wants. No, I'm not saying you're weak-willed, Spiky boy. No, I'm not saying that you're easily to manipulated, but I just went on my Spotify and it said the most played of 2022 is Spike Trevay. Because the year of the vulture ended with a bite of the dog and a laugh of the crowd. And now Gene's got a championship match. And that's nice, isn't it? Happy 2023, everyone. From your future Progress World Champion. End tagline.
The year of the vulture ended with a bite of the dog and a laugh from the crowd. What a tagline. And I think that sets it up perfectly. I'm certainly salivating over that championship match we're going to see in the Ballroom on the 22nd. But we're not done there, Mike. We have this to talk about. The return of the Thunder Bastard. And once again, it's going to be all female led. And of course, the rules, like all good Thunder Bastard matches, 2 competitors will start the match and a fresh combatant will enter the ring every 3 minutes. Eliminations will occur via pinfall, submission or disqualification, and the winner will earn the right to a title match of their choosing anytime and any place. And let's talk through the 7 combatants then, Mike. And of course, we've got former NXT UK star, one of the premier performers on the UK scene out of South Wales, of course. Danny Luna will be
one of the strongest women about, Jonas.
Absolutely. And we spoke a bit about Sky Smithson being involved in that 4-way match at Unboxing. She will be part of Thunder Bastard from the Camden Electric Ballroom, of course, on the 22nd. Rio, who was also a fantastic superstar, fantastic part of Unboxing last year, will be another entrant into this year's Thunder Bastard. Along with Raven Creed. We've seen Raven Creed many times in a Progress Ring in 2022. She'll be looking to make a name for herself by winning the Thunder Bastard on Sunday the 22nd. And of course, Lizzie Evo, who had a fantastic standout year in 2022, will be looking to make her mark in a Progress Ring, easily one of the premier performers in the UK and further afield. And of course, we got former Progress Women's World Champion Kanji will be looking to win the Thunder Bastard for a 3rd time, if I'm not mistaken. And not only that, have another shot at the title that she recently lost to superstar Lana Austin. And the 7th combatant will be Millie McKenzie. Suplex Millie, and Suplex Millie easily one of the many people's favourites, some might say, Mike. Many people's favourites, but that is a very, very strong lineup. 7 of the very best premier performers on Progress roster or any roster up and down the country. But that is going to be a fantastic and a very exciting Thunder Bastard.
Yeah, I wouldn't count any of those ladies out, and anybody could win that one there. We've got, Danny Luna, one of the strongest women that I've ever seen wrestle in the UK. You've got the Scouse Goddess, Liva Baird, Lizzie Evo. That's my pick for the match, Lizzie Evo, to be fair. I think, it's Lizzie's time to shine, and, she's more than ready. And I think she's got a chance, but as well, you've got people like Kanji. You can't count Kanji out. As you said, it could be a hat trick of winning the Thunder Bastard. That deserves some sort of title on its own, but obviously Kanji, never count Kanji out. Millie McKenzie. This is it's going to be wild, and obviously Rio as well won the Revelation of Divine Love tournament last year. It's such a group of talent there. Sky Smith's and the Villainess. It's you know, I think my money is on Lizzie Evo just, but it's you know, anybody could pick up the win in that one, Jonas.
Yeah, I've got to be honest with you. I think this type of match, it can be unpredictable and crazy and wild. And I think for that reason, I'm going to go with Raven Creed. I think Raven Creed, crazy, unpredictable, wild. I think this match is made for a character and a performer such as Raven Creed. But that's going to be absolutely fantastic. And let's just quickly recap. Of course, we've got SoCal Val, who's going to be our host in the Ballroom on Sunday the 22nd. Tate Mayfairs versus Leon Slater is going to be a fantastic match between two of the fastest rising young stars on the scene in 2023. Ricky Knight Jr., the NPS 8 champion, going up against Axel Tisha, veteran of the scene, and that's going to be a hard-hitting encounter. Big Damo and Warren Banks teaming up. The returning Warren Banks, of course, going up against former tag team champions Yo 121. And then we have the Progress Tag Team Championship match. Current champions and the longest reigning tag team champions of Progress, Sunshine Machine, going up against, as we said, a real thorn in their side over the last few months, Lycos Jim. That is going to be a terrific encounter. Then we got Superstar Lana Austin defending a Progress Women's Championship against Session Moth Martina. That's going to be a fantastic match and interesting to see how that one unfolds. And then, of course, for the Men's World Championship, the Progress World Championship, the Vulture of Progress, Spike Trevay, defends against that damn dirty dog G Money. And as we just said, that Women's Thunder Bastard, with the winner of that match, will be able to choose a title of their choosing anytime, any place in the future. Very, very interesting. But it's not just Start Spreading the News that we have to hype for you, ladies and gentlemen, today. And of course, don't forget, go to progresswrestling.com/tickets for Start Spreading the News tickets. And of course, we've got Establish Your Love, Chapter 149 from Manchester, the O2 Ritz, February the 12th. Tickets are also available for that. And of course, we've got the wonderful Ali Catch that will be, has already been announced, and will face the winner of Lana Austin and Session Moth Martina from Chapter 148. So the match we just mentioned, of course, Ali Catch will be waiting in the wings and will have a shot at the winner, whoever is the Progress Women's Championship in Manchester on the 12th of February.
Yeah, Ali Catch, one half of Bussy, obviously has done amazingly last year as well. And, you know, we saw Ali wrestle in Liverpool for the TNT GCW Weekender. And also she wrestled at Progress Wrestling. You know, whoever wins at Session Moth and Lana Austin has got a tough challenge on the hands, you know, almost, 3 weeks later. You know, that could be... you know, would they have recovered from that match first of all? And then they're going against one of the best in the world. It's, you know, that's going to be massive. And, you know, if you're up north, live near Manchester or, you know, even like Leeds, Liverpool, you can easily get to Manchester, get yourself across, make sure you come and see that just before Valentine's Day. And, you know, you could be in for a bit of a Valentine's Day treat there with Ali Catch taking on the winner of that one. It could be a new women's champion right there in Manchester at the O2 Ritz on that day. So interesting stuff.
Absolutely. And then back to the Ballroom, February the 26th. Tickets are available already. progresswrestling.com/tickets for Chapter 150 when the man comes around. And we mentioned Axel earlier. He'll be taking on RKJ at Start Spreading the News on the 22nd of January. But he's going to be taking on the very tough, very credible, very technical Mike Bird, and that is going to be a fantastic match against another veteran of the scene. Any thoughts on that one, Mike?
I think Axel Tisha has said to somebody backstage at a show, give me the toughest guys in the UK to fight and I'll fight them. And they've given him RKJ and Mike Bird, and he's he's probably going to be regretting it by February 26th. But yeah, Axel Tisha, absolute pro. And, you know, what an athlete. You know, if anyone could, you know, do well in those matches, it's him. But, yeah, I think he's certainly got two very tough matches coming up in over the course of the next 2 months there. So, I can't wait to see them both. And Axel, as we said, never disappoints, and it always goes to that next level just when you think they can't possibly do anything more exciting or innovative, and suddenly he'll do something, you'll be like, what the hell? But that is, what a true pro can deliver, and Axel T-shirt is certainly that. So Mike Baird is that's tough, another tough match for him though.
Absolutely. And then Callum Newman finally gets his match with Nick Wayne. Didn't quite happen when Nick Wayne was over in the UK the last time, but Mike, this match alone should and deserves to sell out the Ballroom alone. What you're going to see between these two young stars is going to be absolutely phenomenal, off the charts. And hold on to your hats, hold on to your seats, because the Ballroom won't be the same after this one.
Certainly not. The Prince of Pace, he already showed it in that last Fatal 4-Way match and unboxing, the speed of him running, even just running the ropes. The guy's absolute wild talent. And obviously Nick Wayne over last year, and only last week did we see Nick Wayne on AEW screens shaking hands with Darby Allin and saying, when he turns 18, he's coming for that TNT title. And we had his photograph with Sting and Darby in the AEW ring. So we all know Nick is destined for great things. But before that, he is going to take on the Prince of Pace, Callum Newman, and Callum is not want to get, he's not going to want to get merked off on his own territory. So, CPF will be there supporting him, I'm sure. And, Callum Newman versus Nick Wayne, it's an early contender for match of the year straight away. And, these two guys, they know no bounds. And Nick Wayne, a shooting star, and Callum Newman, our very own UK star. Anything could happen there. And I just can't wait for that one. It's chapter 150 as well. So it's going to be such a special show. February 26th, back in the Ballroom. Can't wait. And we've got another busy couple of months, Johners, and I'm just looking forward to it all. There's some
absolutely. We got one more match just to briefly cover off that was hot off the press, Mike. Hot off the press. And Alexis Falcon has an opportunity to get her own back on Nina Samuels after what happened at Unboxing, of course. Nina Samuels versus Alexis Falcon at the Ballroom on the 26th of February. That's going to be a pretty heated grudge match between those two.
I would say so. It almost boiled over at Unboxing. It's there's been all sorts of incidents, in between. And Nina versus Alexis, is that going to settle the score, or is that what we're doing now? It's going to be, it's going to be mad. And I think, I don't know if the ring can contain them two. We'll have to see.
That's it. Well, we've Ali Catch already been announced for Manchester, and those three matches already been announced for the February show back at the Ballroom when the man comes around. I'm going to say it again. I am the hype man. Get your tickets now. ProgressWrestling.com/tickets is where you need to go now. The link will be in the description to this show. Do yourself a favor, click on that, get your tickets to start spreading the news, then get your tickets for the February show up in Manchester, then get your tickets for when the man comes around, chapter 150, very big, special, momentous show for Progress back in the Ballroom, the 26th of February. And you're going to want to be there for chapter 150. You're going to want to be there for all them shows, because we've just mentioned a few matches. The whole card is going to be stacked, and so many, as Mike said, so many amazing announcements that's going to be made over the coming weeks that's going to really, really pull you into those shows. But don't be that guy. Don't be that guy that misses out. But Mike, it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure hosting this hype show, the first hype show of 2023 with you. We spoke about what a fantastic unboxing show it was at the back end of December last year, and that will be dropping soon on the network and on demand. We've hyped up the 7 matches that have been announced for Start Spreading the News, the 22nd of January from the Electric Ballroom, 3 p.m. kickoff, an amazing show. And like I say, 2023 is going to be a tremendous year, a barnstormer of a year for Progress. And I think it's going to top what you guys did in 2022. But Mike, it's been a pleasure as always. And like I say, we'll be doing this again soon for many more hype shows. But from myself and from Mad Dog, have yourself a good week.
Thanks so much, everybody. There's so much to come from Progress in 2023. If you haven't got your tickets yet, get them now. You're not going to want to miss this.